Hi, how you doing? Justin here again. In this lesson we're going to be checking out some various grips that you can play for a minor 7 chord. In this case we're going to be checking out D minor 7, and the chords that we're going to be looking at will be D minor 7, D minor 9, D minor 11 and D minor 13. Any of those chords can be substituted for a D minor 9 most of the time, as long as it sounds good. There are rules about this, whether it's a chord 2 or a chord 3, depending on the harmonic cycle of the song. If that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry about it, just use your ears. But you can't use minor 9 chords if it's a 3 chord, for those of you that understand the theory. Okay, let's go to a close-up and I'll show you some cool ways of playing D minor 7. Here's your first most common way to play D minor 7. There's the root note there at the 5th fret. This is very, very common. You should have that already from the basic jazz chords. And the other one that we looked at in the basic 10 basic jazz chords is this one. Here, this is also D minor 7. There's the root note there at the 10th fret. Now I'll start with this one again to show you some cool little variations on this one. So there's D minor 7, really cool one. D minor 6. Drop that 3rd finger down to one string and put your 1st finger down the 9th fret. Minor 7, minor 6. Very cool. Very fun little trick, that one. So minor 7, minor 6. If we go back to minor 7 and add little finger up 2 frets on the thinnest string, get a really nice minor 9. That'll be a D minor 9. Often played like this as well, or it doesn't matter what finger you want to use on the top, but just a straight bar at the 10th fret and then putting that note one tone above the root on the thinner string. And that leads me very nicely to this one. Very nice chord. This is a D minor 11, so this is the root note here, the 12th fret. We've got 12, 10, 8, 8. Which obviously makes a nice blend to have D minor 9, D minor 7, D minor 11. You get that nice. So, up around this shape, we've got like kind of E shape, if you like, or E position. We've got the D minor 7, D minor 6, D minor 9, and D minor 11. Again, all of those can be substituted when you just have a D minor. Even if you're playing a funk, Lots of cool ways of doing that. Oh, incidentally, there's another. This is another minor 11 that gets used quite a lot. This is 10, nothing on the 5th string. 10, 10, 8 with your 1st finger. It's also a nice one. There's lots of cool sounds living there. Okay, back down the neck we go. Back to the 5th fret. So there's the D minor 7 that you know, and the common variation for this one is to play D minor 6, which is here. Now you've got, this is the 5th fret with the 2nd finger, nothing on the 4th string, 4th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret. Set that up for you. Which leads to another way of playing the D minor as well, which I'll show you, which is this. Looks kind of a bit cramped. There's quite a few guys who prefer playing the minor 7th chord like this. I generally play it like this, or I might leave that finger off, because I'm only really playing these 3 strings and the bass note. Not really touching the 4th string, so it doesn't matter if that 3rd finger's on or not. But some people tend to play it like this. This is, again, it's 5, nothing, 5, 6, 5. And that makes the transition to the 6 very common little movement there. Now the other one that's really common here, and you can either play, this is a D minor 9, right? So this is the kind of the easiest way to play it, I guess, which is 5, 3, 5, 5, nothing on the thinner string. It's a very nice one, usually if you're doing that kind of little thing, because you can get the little moving bass root to 5th. But that's a common minor 9. The other way you can play it, you can bar that if you wish, but that makes it quite a stretch there for your first finger. A lot of people just play that like this, which if you remember, some of you might recognise that as being an F major 7th chord, but the root note is here. We're just not playing it, because you don't always have to play the root note. So if you just take that, that's that full chord. If you know, let the bass player play the root note, you can play the top bit. There's your nice D minor 9, very cool little chord. And another one here, D minor 11. So this is 5, nothing, 5, 6, 3. Lots of little variations that you can play around with these things. They're great fun, which is kind of why jazz is, or one of the things about jazz that's so appealing, at least for me. Okay, if we start with a regular D minor chord here, lift off the 3rd and 4th fingers and put the 3rd finger back down here on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Now we're not going to be using the 4th string, so it's either deadened underneath your 1st finger, so I've got kind of an arching bar which is holding down this note and the thinner string, but not the ones in the middle. This is now just a regular D minor. What's interesting here is putting your little finger here underneath in the 7th fret, and that gives you a D minor 6. Moving it up one, just a little finger up 1 fret gives you D minor 7. So D minor 7, D minor 6, D minor. Lots of nice little variations there, of course. And then, of course, you could shift up to your minor 7. This is quite hard because I'm trying to slide my guitar backwards and forwards to stay in the frame. Anyway, that should give you a whole heap of minor chords. Well, there's a few different variations of a minor 7 chord for you to try out. I'll say it again because it's really important, and that is make sure you just learn a couple of them and work them into some tunes, learning some jazz standards, I hope, and just try and plug these new chords in and actually get using them. Don't just kind of play loads of chords and not be able to use them. Get a couple that you can do that you like the sound of, is obviously important as well, and try and plug them in as often as you can as you're playing your jazz standards. That should be it for D minor 7. Next up we're going to check out dominant 7th chords. See you for that new lesson sometime as soon as you click on it. Later.